I think it's a big deal. I think it matters. Home court advantage is real, and there are probably distractions either way, but the fact that you're not spending time and energy packing a bag and getting on a plane and getting off a plane and getting on a bus and all the rest of it, that you can just stay in your rhythm, stay in the space where we train and compete. I think that's a good thing. It's not something we're going to rest on or whatever. We understand there's still a lot of work that has to happen, but it's nice to be able to do it at our place.
And what does it mean to you to have these kinds of events in this town?
I think it's unbelievable. I mean, we've spoken often about the fact that volleyball is so popular in this state, but to have marquee events, not just first and second round or possibly a regional, but the Final Four here, great for the sport, great for the cities. Yeah.
Hugh, is there any arena in the Big Ten that's quite like the PAV with the very small quarters and the very large crowds?
Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of gyms that have good crowds and it's tight. Rec Hall's a little bit like that. Nebraska's venue is also a sellout, but that's one of the great things about our and certainly Wisconsin too. But that's certainly, I think, one of the strengths of our conference is just the fan support everywhere we go is generally really good, and there's a lot of good sized spaces that get filled, that get sold out.
Did you learn anything from losing to Penn State? Was there anything that came out of that?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we talk all the time about the margins being really thin at this level, between winning and losing, and I think it was certainly well exemplified in that match. There's a couple of points here or there that had we been able to execute fundamentally a little bit differently or a little more efficiently, to be more exact, we might have had a different outcome. So just understanding the cumulative effect of all of these small inefficiencies and how they can have a detrimental effect to the outcome of a set or a match.
Did you see anything out of your players once you guys lost to Penn State?
Well, I mean, during the match, I thought they battled really well. I mean, given that the what was at stake on our side was a little bit nebulous at best. I mean, maybe if we lose, maybe the committee might think poorly of us or something. I don't know. I mean, the Big Ten had already been wrapped up the weekend before. So I think it matters a lot how you compete when there's nothing on the line, and I thought our kids really battled. And Penn State played great. Good for them. They earned their victory, no question. But I was just impressed with the way they competed. And then afterwards, I mean, we talked about the fact that it stung, and it should. I mean, our job is to go out there and try and win. And when you come up short, that doesn't feel good. But hopefully that's further motivation to be a little bit cleaner and be a little bit more disciplined moving forward.
Hugh, is it unusual at the college level to have as many big hitters as your team has?
I'm not sure. I only know what I know, so I'm not the whatever. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think there are some teams that have a lot of different weapons, but I think in particular our balance is probably our strength. So if that makes us a little more unique, perhaps. But I spend most of my time watching us. I don't know too much about other teams.
How big an advantage is it to be able to spread the ball around?
Well, I think the thing that's cool is that when you've got a matchup that isn't working, you can go find one that is. So that. No one person really has to carry the load, that you've got other people that can get it done. I think that's a really big advantage. And it allows us to, try to exploit our opponent's weaknesses in different ways. And if they're trying to stop one of our strengths, maybe we can go to another one. Yeah.
And what's the setter's role in maximizing that? How important is it to have a setter like Sam that knows her hitters very well and has good court vision, can see exactly what
yeah, obviously it's critical. Distribution matters, and finding who's hot, finding the right matchups, that stuff is a big part of being successful in this league. So, not only is her ability to locate the ball really unique, I think she's very good at setting the ball. But I think this year especially her decision making's been really good.
You spend a lot of time watching tape of opponents.
Yep.
And is that over the years become easier and easier? Because there was a time when everybody would scramble this time of year to just get footage on it.
Yeah, no, there are some things in place that's there's a video sharing system for at least most of the D1 programs are on it, so you can pull up any match from their season and have a look and jump in there. Yeah, it's much more accessible.
Things have changed.
Yeah, because you're right. Back in the day, you're trying to trade a tape or two, and it gets hectic. Everyone's calling everyone they know to try to find anything they can. And this way, it's all above board. Do the best you can with what you've got. Here's all the information. Have at it. Yeah.
Remember
a few weeks ago, you talked about needing to improve defensively. Where are things at there?
Yeah, I thought we made some really positive changes actually over the weekend. In terms of where we wanted to be technically, I thought both back row and front row we were a little bit better. We hope to continue to build on that through this week, and if we're still playing next and beyond. But yeah, it seems to be heading in a better direction.
Can you take me through the thought process when you decided not to go to the International Hall of Fame state?
It wasn't much. Well, there was a lot of thinking, but initially it was a very. I'm very honored to be a part of that. I mean, it's a big deal to me, and it's a big deal in our little volleyball world, So I had every intention of going, and I thought it was the right thing to do, and I thought the team would be fine, and I think they announced the class sometime in July, so when we were looking at it then, it made perfect sense. Now fast forward to the week before we're going to play Purdue and Indiana, both teams playing well. Purdue now was ranked 12th, I think, at the time, and we were on an unbeaten streak. And we talked on Monday with the team and my administration and the coaches about how I was going to take off on Saturday morning. But the problem was me. I woke up at whatever 3 a.m. thinking, what on earth are we doing here? This doesn't make sense anymore. So much to my wife's chagrin, we talked about it at that time, and then chatted a little more in the morning, and it wasn't an easy decision because it is such a significant honor, and I really wanted to be there with that group of people in particular. They're a phenomenal class, and but the right thing to do was to be here, so that was that. Yeah.
How about the Big Ten Coach of the Year award? Would you view that as a nice bump for the program as well?
I mean, it's always nice to get the accolades and the recognition, but again, those are other people's opinions of your performance, and that's great. It's always nice to get validated, but I don't think we necessarily hang our hat on those kind of things. I think it's more important how we define ourselves and what we're trying to do. So yeah, again, it's nice stuff, but tomorrow or whenever it is, Friday, we got to go out and win, and it doesn't matter if you were coach of the year or a coach of the decade or whatever, right? You still got to go out there and do your job, and the team still has to go out and perform. So that's the one thing about this industry. It's what have you done for me lately,
And when you first signed on to come here after all the Olympic experiences, did you hope or envision all these good things that have happened here, or has this even exceeded your expectations?
Yeah, I don't really have too many expectations. I guess I just try to do my job, but it's been an unbelievable journey. The transition was challenging, not because of the level or whatever, but just learning a whole different operating system. The international world is, 4 years to be good for 2 weeks to hope to be good for the last 2 hours, and here it's year in, year out, and the recruiting and the whole thing. And as we know, the Big Ten is especially rigorous. So just trying to adapt to that and figure out how it all works. Yeah, it took a while, but it's been a heck of a ride, no question. Yeah. All right, everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks.
and he's always there to help and has the right answer for me.
How much of it is off the court as well?
Yeah, there's a small portion of off the court, but mainly on the court. What do I think I need to work on? What am I seeing? How am I being productive?
Anything else for Taylor or not?
Thank you.
Thanks.